The Haunting of Black Hollow Road. Welcome to Sinister Loom, where true horror comes to life. Tonight, we unravel a chilling story, a tale of unexplained whispers, shadowy figures, and a house that holds a terrifying secret. This is the story of the haunting of Black Hollow Road. Rachel and David move into an abandoned farmhouse on Black Hollow Road, only to experience terrifying whispers, shadowy figures, and a chilling secret that drives them to flee in the dead of night. In the remote countryside of Maine, a young couple, Rachel and David, moved into an old farmhouse on Black Hollow Road. It was the perfect fixer-upper, or so they thought. The house had been abandoned for decades, and the neighbors whispered that no one stayed for long. But Rachel, charmed by the creaky floors and vintage windows, dismissed the warnings. On their first night as they lay in bed, Rachel heard it, soft whispers echoing from the walls. At first, she thought it was the wind, but the whispers had a rhythm, like words she couldn't quite make out. When she told David, he laughed it off. "Old houses make noise," he said, but Rachel couldn't shake the feeling that someone or something was watching. The next day, as Rachel unpacked in the attic, she found an old wooden box. Inside were photographs of a family, all smiling stiffly. But their eyes, they were scratched out. Beneath the photos was a small leather journal. She opened it to the last entry, dated October 31st, 1958. "They are in the walls. We can hear them now. If you're reading this, it's too late for us." Rachel's heart raced as a cold breeze swept through the attic, even though the window was shut. Suddenly, she heard footsteps behind her. She spun around, but no one was there. When she showed the journal to David, he shrugged it off. Probably just an old ghost story to scare people away. But Rachel wasn't convinced. That night, as David worked late in the barn, Rachel stayed inside, trying to distract herself. She curled up on the couch with a book, but the whispers began again, soft, insistent, and now unmistakably coming from the walls. She stood frozen as a shadow moved across the hallway, just out of the corner of her eye. Her breath hitched as she called out, "David?" But she knew it wasn't him. The lights flickered and the whispers grew louder. The words became clear now. "Get out! Leave now!" Rachel and David look at each other, fear in their eyes, as they prepare to flee into the night. Terrified, Rachel ran to the barn to find David. He was standing there in the dark, staring blankly at the empty field. "They're in the woods," he said, his voice hollow. "They're waiting." The next morning, desperate for answers, Rachel searched the property. Near the edge of the woods, she found a stone well, overgrown with moss and weeds. She peered inside, but it was too dark to see anything. She returned with a flashlight and shone it down the well. At first, there was nothing but darkness. Then she saw them, handprints smeared along the walls of the well. Small, like those of a child. Her stomach turned as she noticed something moving at the bottom. It was faint, but unmistakable, a pale face staring up at her, its eyes wide and unblinking. Rachel stumbled back, dropping the flashlight into the well. When she told David what she'd seen, he grabbed a shovel. "We're sealing it," he said firmly. That night, the house felt alive. The whispers were louder than ever, echoing through every room. The lights flickered, doors slammed shut, and the temperature dropped. Rachel and David barricaded themselves in their bedroom, clutching each other as the noise grew deafening. Suddenly, the whispers stopped, replaced by a low, guttural growl. The bedroom door burst open and the shadows poured in, forming a figure, tall with hollow eyes and outstretched arms. "You shouldn't have come here," it hissed. Rachel screamed as the figure lunged, but just as suddenly as it had appeared, it vanished. The house went silent. By dawn, they were gone. Rachel and David left everything behind, driving away as fast as they could. The farmhouse remains abandoned to this day. Locals say they still hear whispers at night, and the well at the edge of the woods is always cold, even in the summer. No one knows who or what haunts Black Hollow Road, but one thing is certain: The house is waiting for its next visitor. This has been another chilling tale from Sinister Loom. Subscribe for more true stories that will keep you awake at night. Until next time, sleep well if you can.